measuring behavior. Page 1 provides you with the rubric for completing the assignment for opportunity to practice 2. You have 2 parts that you'll complete. One is defining the behavior and determining how you will measure it. The other is completing the measurements for 5 days of data or 5 observation sessions and writing a summary statement. There are 4 case studies for you to choose from. You will select one that you will complete this assignment for. Henry is a 3.5-year-old who tantrums, is physically aggressive, and runs away. Within the case study, you'll find some clues and some information that will help you define what the problem behavior is. Juliet is a 3rd grader. She's aggressive and violates others' personal space. Again, there are many clues as to what the problem behavior is and how you might best measure that behavior. Becky is a 5-year-old and she bites, pulls hair, and takes items from others. The final case study is Madonna. She is a 10th grader, she's late to class, and disruptive. Refer to the case study for Nathan, and you have an example of how this template was completed using the information from him. You'll do the same for the one case study that you choose. The first step is to define the dimensions of behavior as described in the case study. Now remember that you may not have information to fill in all of these different dimensions. You want to look at the dimensions that are most evident and necessary in order to measure that behavior. The definition of the problem behavior is the next step. How will you define it in observable, measurable terms? Once you've done that, you then will be ready to select the observation recording system that you will use. And if you refer to your book as well as to the resources available, the STAR resource on measuring behavior and the one on defining behavior, it will help you to determine which would be the best recording system. You want to provide a brief rationale as to why you chose that. If you go back and reference Nathan, we used a 10-second time sampling interval for him. Next thing you want to do is describe how the observer will define when the behavior has been initiated. Remember, it's very important for us to be able to clearly define beginning and end of a behavior if we're going to measure it. If we're not able to identify when one behavior starts and another behavior and it ends and another behavior starts, then we want to consider that in selecting the type of recording system that we're using. You'll then demonstrate the use of the recording system, showing 5 days or sessions of hypothetical data for the student. You can use the templates provided or the tools provided in your book or in the STAR supplementary handouts. Make copies of those, fill them out. You can then scan or take a picture and include that. Remember, if you choose to do time sampling observation, you need to have one form for each of the days that you collected behavior. The next step that you'll do is you'll then complete an ABC data collection document. And the case study for Nathan gives you an example of how that might be done. So you'll collect information across multiple occurrences of the behavior and define the antecedent, the behavior, the consequence. And finally, you'll then write a summary statement as to what you perceive to be the setting event, antecedent, problem behavior, consequence, and the suspected function of that behavior. You'll then submit this online as a completed document in Obaverse, and you may have multiple documents in terms of this page with the information that you have and then your data sheets. Okay, if you have questions, please do not hesitate to contact one of the instructors for assistance. Thank you.